Yes, hello everybody. My name is the Dayvan Cowgirl, and welcome everybody. To finally, we are doing the EPs of Ethel Cain. Oh my goodness, yes, finally. To every single one of my amazing, lovely viewers who have been so incredibly patient and understanding, with all of the delays that have been happening with this and just like the communication issues at times on my end that I promise I will get better at, and just people just being like, hey, listen, like, we're still excited. I just cannot tell you all enough. Just thank you all so incredibly much. A lot has happened in the last 3 months of my life. I'm not going to lie to everybody. I don't want to get into it fully because I want the focus to just be on the fact that I am well and we are doing the EPs finally. But I cannot lie, last 3 months of my life, a lot of things have happened that I were not expecting to happen. It's just been a little hard to make videos, but things are really good right now, honestly. And I have a lot of things lined up for the channel. But before we do any of that, we need to do this first because I've been like thinking about doing these videos, y'all, for like every single day for about, gosh, like three months now, because I'm pretty sure my Preacher's Daughter reaction was exactly 3 months ago now. And so it's just time. It's time, everybody. You know, we started with Perverts, incredible album. And then we have Preacher's Daughter, which is arguably one of the greatest albums of all time. I don't think it's arguably. I think it just is one of the greatest albums of all time. And now we have these EPs. And so yeah, it's been so long, y'all, that we have the vinyl now for Preacher's Daughter right there in the car. Also, I have a fucking tattoo now, y'all. It's been that goddamn long, y'all. It's been that long. Oh my goodness. And so yeah. Alrighty, everybody, here we go. The first EP, Carpet Bed by Miss Ethel Cain, Miss Hayden. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I don't know a whole lot about this project, admittedly. I mean, it's more so due to the fact that there's not a ton of like history on the project online, really. From all I've gathered is that this was like the first like official like project that Ethel Cain released. But like there's not a whole lot of info and like the inspirations for the songs or what some songs are about. And I know there was like a remastered version that, Hayden was trying to work on in the past, but I don't know if that's still happening. I'm not entirely sure what's going on in terms of like the whole history of this project fully, but what I do know is that we have 4 songs to listen to today. This is probably going to be one of the shortest projects I ever react to in the history of my channel. Let's just get right into this, y'all. I feel like we've waited enough time. We have waited such a long time to do these videos, so let's just get right on into it. Again, I just hope everyone's doing well and that they're healthy and they're safe, and the same goes out to all their loved ones, friends, and family. I really miss everybody a lot. I know I've done like a few videos since like my Pictures Outer stuff and the Purpose reaction, but I've missed being in the world of Ethel Cain. Yeah, I've missed being in the world of Ethel Cain, and I'm excited to do these EPs. I'm so excited to do the album in August, and I am seeing her live in September. I was somehow able to get a ticket. I just cannot wait. So there's a lot of Ethel Cain stuff happening after these EP reactions, but I'm excited to just finally do the EPs. And yeah, so also I do love this cover art with her as I guess a little kid. Everybody, here we go. Carpet Bed EP by Ethel Cain. Track 1, Growing Pains. In 3, 2, 1, play. Finally, here we go. I really like the guitar already. I like it. That melody is incredible.
you say I won't be here forever? Would you wait as long as it takes? See the way it meets you when the moon is full. Wearing shoes that don't even fit me. Hoping you think I look cool. I hope you do. I hope you know that I think you look fucking cool. Staying up to see you when you get off of work, but you leave without touching me, and you don't know just how bad it hurts. When I dreamed for weeks of you being my first, I hate that I can't love you, but I'm just in the way. But you say I won't be here forever. Would you wait as long as it takes?
Yeah. Already right off the bat. This woman is like I don't even know what to say at this point. It's interesting hearing this song now at this point in my life because like it's something that like admittedly like of course like I'm very like proud of the fact that like like I'm trans, but like I don't really like talk about it very much anymore. And like recently in my personal life I just like haven't really just been talking about it with like really anybody. And like I've just been just kind of just like for the first time in like like since I began transitioning I've kind of just been like yeah like me whatever. But like it's interesting like in that perspective now going back to and going to like a song that makes me reminisce and feel so many of like the same emotions and experiences that I went through when I first transitioned, especially the ending part here, like the end of the last verse before the chorus again, where it's like staying up to see you when you get off of work, but you leave without touching me, and you don't know just how bad it hurts when I dreamed for weeks of you being my first. Like that is like for me personally, and I have no, I'm not like like shy to admit it or anything. Like that is extremely relatable to my transition, and like I cannot express enough like how profound and just like moving I find that. Like this song is so beautiful. Like it is so like it has just like the perfect blend of like elegance to it and just like intimacy and like but it has this like melody that is just so just like swooping and just like it engrosses you so much. Like it's just like it just encapsulates that beauty and elegance of like the sadness and just like overwhelming just like depression and just like claustrophobic nature that you kind of feel like coming into your own as a person, and like having like kind of like a love for the first time in some sort of ways. And like especially like a very big thing, like, you know, to focus on kind of what I was talking about, like an intimacy kind of thing, like that first like experience kind of thing with somebody, and like you're not getting that, but how bad that you wanted, like the pain in that, it's just incredible. Let's go for the entire lyrics here though quickly. Tear stained carpet, white knuckled grip, I can't forget him or forgive what he did. I thought I loved you, but I can't take another hit. It's only been 6 weeks and I'm already like this. So like I'm obviously it's kind of like really up to us to really fully figure out what that fully means. But the way that I'm thinking about it right now is I'm like, this might be like a very like new sort of like situation like in her life that like she's going through with somebody, and like you know, feeling like, you know, like, you know, she loved this person, but like but now it's like I can't take another hit. And it's like is that like emotionally or like physically? Because like tear stained carpet, like it's like you're it's almost like you're like collapsing imagery wise into like a carpet, and like a white knuckle grip kind of thing, like you're having like a breakdown moment, like in like a very like visceral, intense, like overwhelming kind of way. And like I can't forget him or forgive what he did. I followed you, I can't take another hit. So it's like this person, like he did something like to her that was like really like terrible. And so it's like either like an emotional or like physical, or both kind of, thing, I'm assuming. I think with that kind of subject matter, I think like having it like on the backdrop of something that's so minimalistic in terms of its production and the use of like melody and like the brief use of harmonies throughout the song, I think that it makes it even more powerful in a way, because it's so like direct, you know, what we're trying to like explore. Like the core emotions are so like in your face, and like they're not going away, like no matter what. Like just like that repetition of like the melody, and just like that sort of like meditation on the thoughts that you're having as a woman coming into your own, and having this like first experience with somebody in many different kind of ways, but it's not what you wanted. Like you thought that you love this person, but I can't take another hit of whatever emotional or physical or just any kind of abuse, or just like, you know, mistreatment that you've gone through, or just like yourself, how you're coping with something, maybe like you can't personally handle it anymore. So like it's only been 6 weeks and I'm already like this. So it's like you're so new into a situation with somebody, and like you're already this like obsessed with it perhaps, or you can't get off your mind, or it's impacted you that much, and you just can't like, it's like embodying you fully right now, and it's taking a hold of you, and you can't like let go of it. It's and that's like such like a terrifying, horrible feeling to go through, especially in like close intimate relationships like this. You know, this is definitely an interesting project so far to kind of decipher and think about, because there's not a lot like here that really has a lot of like context that's been provided by Hayden, really, in terms of like kind of like context of what songs are about, like Preacher's Daughter and Perverts have a lot of, for example. So this is definitely gonna be an interesting one to kind of decipher. Let's keep going. Yet again, everybody, we have a cameo by my favorite co-star of the channel, The Train. Okay, well, guess we gotta wait here for a few seconds. We all have to wait a few seconds, but I gotta wait a little bit personally. Wow, that train was really quick. Okay, thank you, Train, for being quick today. I appreciate you, homie. Okay, so here we go. Verse 2. Okay, so you took me out and taught me how to skate. With blood on my knees, I told you I would be okay. But you knew nothing's that easy, so you said yes when I asked you to stay, because for the first time in a long time, I don't want you to go away. This one is really speaking to me right now, this verse here, because we're taking sort of like an imagery sort of thing, or just like a sort of situation, kind of like you took me out and taught me how to skate, and with blaming as I told you I'll be okay. So like you're in like a situation where someone's like helping you learn something, or just trying to help you out in general with like something, and it's just sort of creating this like emotional bond and connection and attachment. And so with blood on my knees, you know, just like an injury, you know, trying to learn how to skate, you know, that happens and stuff like that. It's like I told you I'll be okay, but you knew nothing's that easy. You know, like she's kind of trying to like mask, or kind of like not like put so much like energy and like emotion into like, you know, like I told you I'll be okay, just being like, you know, like feeling like better if like people don't feel like bad or like concerned for you, and you know, like, you know, but this person knew that nothing's that easy, and like kind of like poking through that mask and like removing it, and being like, hey, like I know that there's more, you know, like to this in a way. Like you're taking something so simplistic and so incredibly, you know, relatable also, you know, in terms of like an imagery kind of point of view, or a connection kind of point of view, and contextualizing it, you know, blood on my knees, I told you I'd be okay, but you know nothing's that easy, and having sort of like a big picture kind of statement thing happen of being like, hey, like this pain I'm going through in general, though, like I told you it would be okay, and like, you know, I'm bleeding out, everybody told you it'd be okay, but you knew nothing's that easy. Like it's not easy to cope with those thoughts and those feelings and those sensations and those just like harrowing feelings you have at times about yourself as a person. You want so badly at the same time for someone to be there for you and to help guide you or just be there for you as like a support system, but at the same time you're like, I told you it'd be okay, you know. And so it's like this like cycle kind of like wanting love so badly, but like you push it away in a way, but you're like you're with somebody that's like, no, I can see through that. So then I get to the part here that says, so you said yes when I asked you to stay, because the first time in a long time I don't want you to go away. And so like again, like, you know, like further like supporting like the beginning of of this verse here, where it's like, so when you said, so you said yes when I asked you to stay, like, you know, stay for like a comfort or just a company or just like having like time together, because for the first time in a long time I don't want you to go away. So like, so that's actually a great rhyme here. I'll be okay, I don't want you to go away. So it's like telling this person, you know, I will be okay and this and that, but this person can kind of see through that and knowing it's not this easy, like, if what you're going through is not that easy to go through, or like that concern and comfort and just like reassurance you're getting from this person, like it's not easy to just push that away. It could be like kind of like a mix of both. Then when she's like, listen, like, can you stay with me, you know, for whatever reason, just to, you know, have that time together, because for some long time I don't want you to go away, and you know, he says yes to her. Like we're really like painting a very interesting portrait already, where the first verse we're talking about, you know, like this like horrible, just like crushing emotional like turmoil you're going through, and you know the time span we're getting at, and then you kind of go back to like a core memory of like of a safety kind of being put into place and stuff like that. And then the chorus here, I hate that I can't love you, but I'm just in the way, but you say I won't be here forever, and you'll wait as long as it takes. Okay, so I hate that I can't love you, but I'm just in the way. So yeah. So again, it's sort of like, you know, like I hate that I can't love you, but I'm just somebody like she's the person in the way of like letting this person like fully like love her and like take care of her, or just like be there for her, and you know, just like first experiences, and you know, just love, you know, and just experience that, you know. And but you say I won't be here forever, and you'll wait as long as it takes. So this person's like, hey, like no matter what, like I'm here for you like forever. So when you go to the first verse again, it's like, I can't forget him or forgive what he did. If I loved you, but I can't think of her head. So it's like, I'm trying to think already, like, is this like a manipulation kind of thing going on, where this person was saying to her, like, I'll be here to take as long as it, like, you know, like as it takes, I'll be here forever. But like then there's like all this like emotional pain, or like potentially like physical pain that was happening. Like I there's a lot of like ideas happening already in terms of like conceptually what we're tackling here, and it's very very just like it's so just like numb feeling in a lot of ways, this song in a lot of ways feels like the end kind of. And you know, that's like a perfect chorus, like I'm just, you know, I can't love you, but like I'm just in the way, I want to love you, but I'm the person in the way. And then but you'll say I won't be here forever. So someone like won't be here forever. You won't be here forever. I'm be here forever, and you'll wait as long as it takes. Alrighty, and then we have the final verse here before we have the chorus again. So steal away to meet you when the moon is full, wearing shoes that don't even fit me, hoping you'll think I look cool. I hope you do. Hope you know that I think you look fucking cool. Staying up to see you when you get off of work, but you leave without touching me, and you don't know just how bad it hurts when I dreamed of for weeks of you being my first. And the chorus again, I hate that I can't love you, but I'm just in the way, but you say I won't be here forever, and you'll wait as long as it takes. So stay away to meet you when the moon is full. So sort of like meeting each other in this moment of like beauty and elegance in a way, or just sort of this like cool like aesthetic kind of thing that like that brings out like more sides of you, just like this just like coming together kind of in a way, like when the moon is full, wearing shoes that don't even fit me, hoping you'll think I look cool. I hope you do. So like wearing something for like an approval. And yeah, no, this verse here is really like speaking to me a lot, like fully, because I talked about the end of speaking to me, but like this is something I kind of talked about like a little bit in my preacher's daughter reaction, but like to get into it like a little bit more, like I like the very like beginning stages of like my transition, like I fully heavily my like the validation that I looked for in the beginning stage of my transition, that like I'm a woman, you know, like people view me this way, or just like how like I dress, or am I like attractive in this whole like all this stuff, like I looked for it really only through like men. And so it's like going through like Ethel's music and hearing her kind of talk about like that struggle with that, like, you know, where it's like, of course, like I'm putting my whole thing into where I'm talking about like a male validation sort of thing. And of course the song is about like a man, but like, you know, like of course I'm putting in my whole thing about like making it so much about like male validation. This is sort of like a love kind of validation in general, but like still like it reminds me so much of like things I went through with men, where it's like I dressed in certain ways for them and I talked in certain ways for them and I did things for them in certain kind of ways just because I wanted them to think I was cool or like me, and they very much did not. And like it just was like this such like painful time for me, and I am like really just like taken aback that like I have something that's speaking to me so much like this. Especially because also I talked about my picture's daughter reaction a little bit. Was like, you know, like at the beginning stages of my transition also, I mean when it came to like intimacy and sex kind of stuff, like I very much like put myself in environments that like I was definitely not, you know, I was not loved. I'll just like I'll leave it at that. And like it really, really just like gets to me, just like wanting to have that really like beautiful intimate connection with somebody, but like it's not there, and like the tension that builds up inside of you, and just like just how bad you want to have that moment and to have that release and just like have that memory happen, have this specific person like being your first, you know, especially, you know, in terms of like coming into your own as a person and realizing more about you, and just feeling like loved and validated, you know, for that, you know. And it's like that person like leaves without like touching you, for example, and it's like you stay up to like see them after they get off of work, and like, you know, this like big priority for them, and it's like no, I want to like sit them like after, and like it's just like it creates this like sensation and like imagery for me emotionally and just like conceptually that really, really gets to me. And then of course again, I hate that I can love you but I'm just in the way, but you say it won't be forever and you wait as long as it takes. So yeah, so like growing pains, like, you know, like growing up and like having these first experiences or like this moment with somebody, and like the pain of that like growth and like learning about yourself. There's definitely like a lot of like ideas here that like kind of like, especially that first verse, that kind of like present themselves and like aren't like fully like developed or like like kind of like elaborated on, I guess. But like it's not an issue for me because this one's definitely really just about like the cathartic like release of it all, and just like having like the feeling of it and just like feeling the emotion of it. And already just from like these like early, you know, like this first early song I'm hearing from, you know, from Ethel, like there's already such a clear, amazing nuance and sophistication to her lyrics, and like there's so much just like potential here that we saw be fully explored, you know, in her later music that we've heard, of course. But this is also excellent. Like it is excellent. Again, I love the melody, and I love just how minimal it is, and I like the brief use of harmonies throughout it. It's just also vocally gorgeous, gorgeous. Alrighty, let's do this next one. Alrighty, so track 2. We don't have many to go through, so let's get to this next one. Alright, next one is called Dog Days. Here we go. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like this. chills right now.
Every night I'm crying in my sleep 'cause I'm still dreaming about you. I've tried so hard to quit you like I promised my mama I would, but it's not good. 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 You're not good. You're not good. I'm not good. We're
I love how in the first two tracks, like you have the words and the lyrics, and then we have these like minute-long outros. Like I love it when songs do stuff like that. I love how like intimate this project is. Like I wasn't expecting it to sound like this in all honesty. Like I was kind of expecting kind of more like a kind of rough around the edges sort of like booming kind of style like Preacher's Daughter had. I wasn't expecting it to be so like just intimate and like melancholy in this kind of way. Wow. I'm just gonna like say it. Like I know that like this is a very big claim to make. I understand that. But like I honestly all have been really thinking about this like since I've been just becoming even more obsessed with Preacher's Daughter, and like I still love Perverts also. And now just hearing these first two tracks in this, I honestly think Ethel Cain might be my favorite female artist of all time. Like I really have been thinking about it. Like, I have never found a woman in music I relate to this much. Like, this is absolutely incredible. Like, absolutely incredible. Just, man, I just love how just intimate this project is. I wasn't expecting it to sound like this, honestly. Like, I don't really, I was kind of like expecting these EPs to kind of sound a bit kind of like a rougher around the edges, sort of like Sonic style that we kind of got on Preacher's Daughter a little bit. Just has a bit more of like kind of like a rawness to it, like a rough around the edges kind of aesthetic to it, which is of course like different like song ideas and stuff like that. And so I am so pleasantly surprised just how like beautifully hauntingly intimate this is, and just how just like it just has like a feeling to it that I especially loved a lot of like on Perverts, and we're hearing it with these beautiful acoustics and like amazing use of like harmonies at points, and vocally I mean she's obviously slaying as usual. It's just amazing. Something I also want to say that I don't know how I didn't pick up on this on the first track, Growing Pains, but like we're talking about like tear stained carpets, and that kind of referenced me like lying down on it, having like a breakdown moment on, and the project is literally called Carpet Bed, and the images of her as a kid like happy on a carpet. Like I didn't put that together until now. Like it's incredible. I love that so much. So let's get into this track, Dog Days. So I think of you while you're at work. So again, like bringing up like the work thing, and thinking of you while you're at work, like that is. That there is when you know you really love somebody, when you're thinking of them when they're at work. I'm being real when I say that. I mean that with my whole heart. Out in the fields, tearing up the earth, but I like you best when you're at home, giving it to me so nice and fucking slow. Yet again, everybody, cameo by the train. Okay. Wow, a lot of trains. I guess the trains just want to make some cameos, stop by and say hello. This happens in like every video I make now, y'all. Every video I make now, y'all. A goddamn fucking train goes by my house. I can't believe it. The train has gone away, so yay. Okay, so I think of you while you're at work, out in the fields tearing up the earth. So, think of you while you're at work, and you're out in the fields tearing up the earth, like this like sort of like aggressive work, or just like this like fast paced kind of work, and like you're out in like a field kind of setting, and like tearing up like the earth and stuff like that. Like I'm sure you're kind of like like harvesting something, like stuff like that, kind of like like physical kind of demanding work like that. But like you like it best when they're at home and they're giving it to you so nice and fucking slow. And so, of course, my first thought, of course, is that's like a sex kind of thing, but also in general, what it could be is also like getting to you so nice and fucking slow, like this like gentle side of like intimacy, and like this like connection and the sort of just like delicacy to like how this person is like taking care of her and like treating her. And the chorus, so no one's ever gonna love me, no, not like you do. Every night I'm crying in my sleep because I'm dreaming about you. And I've tried so hard to quit you like I promised my mama I would, but it's no good, it's no good. So no one's ever gonna love me, no, not like you do. Like no one's ever gonna like find her in quite the way that like this person does, or just like see her in the way and understand her and like takes care of her in quite the way this person does. And like every night I'm crying in my sleep because I'm dreaming about you, and I've so tried to quit you like I promised my mama I would, but it's no good, it's no good. Like the situation for her and this romantic connection or emotional connection or intimate connection, whatever kind of connection it is, it's not good for her though at the same time. And there's like a real sadness to that. Again, and this is something that like I've explored, of course, with like The Weeknd also, and even in my reaction to Billie Eilish's last album, is that there is a real, for me, profoundness, and I think it's just because I've gone through it a lot in my life, to be really honest, but like there's something so deeply moving to me about like being in sort of like a romantic or like intimate connection with somebody, and there's a lot of like beauty and like just like newness to that, and like excitement to that, and just like a feeling of like purity to that, but at the same time it's still not good for you. Like there's aspects about that connection, those relationships, that at the same time are not good for you, and I find that so relatable and so moving, and there's a sadness to it. It just gets me on like other things, and like I don't know, it just gets the romantic in me very, very, very just like emotional, and I have no shame in that, and there's something about the way that Ethel, goes about, making, her music and talking about those struggles that like has really connected with me in a way that no other artist quite has, honestly. Like I love other artists, of course, talk about romance and stuff like that, and or just being in connections in general that are not, that seem on a surface kind of thing, or just like an emotional connection kind of thing, like you feel like you are in love with this person and you have a love for them, but still at the same time like it's not good for you, and like you're backtracking or like relapsing onto certain things perhaps, or habits, and it's just not good for you. And it's like people are trying to be like, you need to quit this, you need to give up this person, but it's like as much as you try, like there's that love will not go away. And I don't know, I just, the way that Ethel just explores it, like Hayden is just so great at capturing just like the sadness of that, and there's so many like subtleties and complexities that are really, really hard to capture when you're talking about subject matters like that, and she does such a phenomenal job at doing that. You walk a fine line between God and animal. You're just a feral dog I worship in bedroom ceremonials. Cut me up and take me like the bread and blood at church. Love's never been more than pain, so baby, show me how bad you hurt. That lyric is absolutely incredible, Hayden. Oh my gosh, girl. Okay, so you walk a fine line between God and animal. So sort of like this, like, like pure, like perfect sort of like being, in a way like God, but like an animal, like this just like unhinged, just like revolting sort of like presence of nature and like force, and in many kind of ways. And so walking that fine line between like something that for her, she's being just a person in general, like this like beautiful like ray of light kind of, in a way, if you want to like kind of word it in that kind of way, but then it's like this person has so much darkness in them at the same time, and that like manipulation also at the same time. And this part's interesting. You're just a feral dog I worship in bedroom ceremonials. So it's like the only real like form of connection you're really, really getting from this is sort of like an intimacy, where this person is showing you just how bad they're hurting and how much like tension is inside of them, and she's like allowing this person, like she's like cut me up and take me like the bread and blood at church. And so love's never been more than pain, so baby, show me how bad you hurt. So it's like there's just so much like love and care that she has for this person. She's saying, to this person, being like I can see just like the pain within you, and like you can like explore that with me in these like bedroom ceremonial type situations, and we all know what that's of course trying to reference. And so it's like it's really, really like profound stuff. And so love's never been more than pain, so baby, show me how bad you hurt. So love is more than pain. So like kind of like finding a connection like through that pain, or like you're in so much pain, you just want love to like relieve it. And so love is defined in a lot of ways like by the pain you go through as yourself as a person, and like the your perspectives on life and the memories you have. And like there is a lot of truth to that, you know, like good or bad, you know. So baby, like, you know, so baby, like, you know, like being like, hey, like, you know, like I have this love for you, like, so show me how bad you hurt, like you're safe with me to do that, and you can do that with me. And then again with the chorus, so no one's ever gonna love me, no, not like you do. Right now I'm crying in my sleep, so dreaming about you, and try so hard to quit, like a person it was no good. So it's like we're again like reinforcing that idea of being like this person's no good for you, but it's like there's so much love that like you have this because no one's gonna love you like you do. So it's like it's not so much like settling for somebody. It's more so like you genuinely believe that like this is like the best kind of love you're ever gonna get, or the only kind of love you like you truly deserve. And there's such like a sadness to that. And like in your most like uncontrollable intimate moments, like when you're sleeping and you're dreaming, it's like you're thinking about that person. And like you have people like, you know, like your mother, you know, being like you gotta quit them, but it's so hard too, but it's no good, it's no good. And the outro, it's no good, it's no good, we're no good, you're no good, I'm no good, we're no good. Like everything together, like you, me, everything together, it's just we're not good for each other, you know, individually and just as like as a couple and like a connection. Really, really great stuff. And again, there's so much here that like I feel so heavily. And it's just no one writes songs like Ethel Cain does. Nobody does. Great song. This is an amazing EP so far. Thank everybody for encouraging me to listen to this on camera, just listen to it in general. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Alrighty, here we go. Track 3. We only got 2 more left, everybody. Here we go. Track 3 is called Misuse Oh. Here we go. Oh, okay. Okay, girl. This is such like a sad project. There's a lot of really, really heavy themes going on in this one. I love the acoustic guitar in that one also, and like sort of like the rhythm there that she comes up with. It's absolutely like fantastic, and it has this like dark soundingness to it, and like it's needed for like a track like that. Like it has like a like despair kind of sound to it that is, I feel, really needed for a song like this, and it's just fantastic. Okay, let's get right into it. So I told you from the start, I disappear when it gets cold, but you found a way to keep me here with a body to hold. So from the start, like warning this person that like there's like, I just when it gets cold, so it's either like a cold kind of weather thing, or maybe just like a cold like heart kind of thing in a way, or just like a emotional numbness, or just like like you're not feeling like as warm in a situation anymore, like either with yourself or like with somebody else, like, you know, connection wise, like just some whatever, like it disappears when it gets cold, like that warm feeling when it goes away, and either internally or with somebody else, like I'm gonna disappear. But you found a way to keep me here with a body to hold. And so it's like you found a way to keep me here and have like a safety, or just like a like desire for you, and like a longing for you and a yearning for you, and like with a body to hold. So like you know, like somebody to like hold on to, and you know, like spend that kind of intimate connection with, and like that comfort and healing with it in a way. And there's just like a bond that was made, that somehow like this person found a way to keep, you know, her there. But then the chorus here is where it gets just so just like sad. And I think of you when I'm drunk in the road in front of your old house. I miss what you do to me when I was in need of you and blacked out. So again, like going back to the last track, Dog Days, like and hinted a very tiny bit on the first track, Growing Pains. Like there very much is like a story being told here of her being in some sort of like intimate, close relationship with somebody and being mistreated and not being taken care of, and full on just misconduct. And it's really, really hard to tackle themes like this. I think there's a certain delicateness that's needed to tackle stuff like this, but at the same time, I feel like there is, of course, like such a vulnerability and such like a just like I don't know the right word to describe it, but just sort of like a there's just a feeling that topics like these bring out in a listener and the music itself. And I think the way that Ethel is doing this project, where it's very intimate and very minimal sounding and talking about stuff like this, it really, really works well for me on like a conceptual level. But to really focus on it like emotionally and like what it's making me feel right now, it's so incredibly heavy and sad. It is also like relatable because it's like, you know, like I've myself have been in situations where it's like I knew that deep down I wasn't being treated well, but like there was such a like longing for a connection with somebody and feeling so touch starved that it's like I kept myself in the situation, and it's like I thought I deserved all of this stuff that was happening to me, or was the only kind of love I could kind of get. And it's like I still like loved like these people, and but at the same time like they were not good, you know? And I feel like this whole project is really talking about all that stuff, because when you get the postcards here, it says like, I miss you, darling, I miss you so, I'm sorry I went crazy, I just thought I'd let you know, I'm sorry I went crazy. So it's like blaming like herself for what's happened. I just thought I'd let you know. Like it is so brilliantly, as horribly just like sad as it is, like it's tackling so well like the cycles of like emotional turmoil you put in yourself when you're in an abusive situation with somebody, especially when it involves like a physical intimacy and an emotional intimacy. And they're not easy topics to explore, but the way that Ethel is going about it is fantastic. It's really, really well done. Taking pictures while you sleep, leftovers on the table, strangers on the TV, I'm bleeding from my ears, sneaking out while you're asleep because you're my biggest fear. So taking pictures while you sleep, leftovers on the table, strangers on the TV. So taking pictures of something, you know, we're not entirely sure, but leftovers on the table, strangers on the TV, so kind of painting like a picture of like this house sort of like setting. So I'm bleeding from my ears, Sneak out of your sleep because you're my biggest fear. And then I think of you when I'm drunk in the road in front of your old house. I miss what you do to me when I was in need of you and blacked out. And then I miss you, darling. I miss you so. I miss you, darling. So I'm bleeding from my ears. So like very clearly, like some kind of trauma happened to like her head and stuff like that. And sneaking out while you're asleep because you're my biggest fear. And then and I think of you when I'm drunk in the road in front of your old house. And I miss what you do to me when I need you and I blacked out. And it's like I miss you. Darling, I miss you, I miss you, darling. I kind of feel like everything I said earlier applies to this. Like, beginning with, like, a situation that, like, you thought you were never gonna get, or you didn't think you deserved, or, like, was gonna happen because of yourself, because of going cold, and, like, not find that warmness but you found with somebody, but then this person is just not good. And just the vivid imagery that's being painted emotionally and conceptually here, by also saying so little with the words and production wise, it's a really, really just like powerful just like look at being in an abusive relationship. Say again, like, it's not easy to make songs like this and talk about this in art, but I think the way that Ethel's doing it is fantastic. It's just a really, really sad project, but the way that, again, it's all being handled is extremely well done. Let's do the last track, everybody. Antlers. This one is very short, so let's get right into it. The last track. Here we go. I love the reverb on that. This one's a bit different than the rest of the project because this one is really the one that really gets straight to the point. Not just in like how quick it is of a song, but also how like the song is structured and the use of like melody and like the pockets that she found herself in on this one, and also conceptually what this one's about. Daddy, there's pain in your smile. I've never seen you so dark. You'll never walk me down the aisle. You won't make it that far. Mama took the key and she ran. The baby's blood is on your hands. We both know it's what you deserve. I tried to pull you up, but you built this bed to rot. Look at all this hell you've caused, and you'll blame yourself because it's all your fault. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. It just kind of seems like focusing like on like her parents, perhaps. Like there's a pain in like her dad's smile, but like I've never like there's like a pain in that smile, but like I've never seen it so dark. You never walk down the aisle because you won't make it that far. Like you won't make it that far to see those moments happen in my life, and because of like this darkness in you that will take you like before that, and so. Mama took the key and she ran. The baby's blood is on your hands. Like, the baby's blood maybe referencing like Hayden herself, and we both know it's what you deserve because of like it all being like her like father's fault. I hope the way I'm interpreting this is all correctly. It's interesting because like it's such like a direct project in terms of like what we're talking about, but like context wise, there's not really a whole lot I've been able to gather from, and so I just want to make sure like the way I'm explaining all this and how I'm feeling about it is nothing insensitive. If by any chance it is, please let me know. So the first two tracks about this like abusive relationship she was in, but now we're talking about like with her parents and like her father and like the darkness and like look all this hell that the father caused, and he'll blame himself because it is all the father's fault, and the baby's blood is on like his hands, and like we both know it's what you deserve. And like mom took the key and she ran. So like the first 3 tracks are about like that abusive relationship she was in, but then focusing on like the one that like her mom was in also with like her father, and like that sort of like recognition, recognizing like that turmoil and that horror and anguish that was going on in that situation, and like reflecting on that. Interestingly, if you look into it, antlers usually, as far as I'm aware, they only grow on like male deer. We're definitely talking about like a father and stuff like that. So interesting. I mean, it's a very very good song in terms of like emotionally and just how like just like harrowing it is, but at the same time there's definitely a lot that like I feel like I can't fully grasp onto right now just on the first listen. But we're very interested to end the project and kind of have it sort of like kind of change its topic but also be so similar to what the first 3 songs are about, in terms of like relationships in your life with like men that like were bad for you, like with your father, and like the baby's blood is on your hands, and just like that turmoil that like the father caused for her and her mother. And then but starting the project with like all that pain that you yourself have developed like from that, and like it so deeply affecting how you view like your first ever relationship with like a man, and that also is abusive. I hope I'm interpreting that correctly. Just a really really just sad EP. There's a lot to think about with this one. And so with Golden Age now going into Inbred, like I'm really interested in seeing how our sound evolved even more from here, because this is such like an intimate, such a dark, such a just like direct and like to the point project in a lot of ways, and very like minimal sounding. And so wow, this was great. Definitely reflecting on a lot of tough things, of course, but at the same time, I think the way that Ethel handles all of it is brilliant, and it has like a delicacy and a sensitivity to it, but still like being so honest and so like reflective in a way that like you feel the real just horrifying like emotion of it all. I think it's just fantastic. And so yeah, alrighty. So that was my reaction to Carpet Bed, everybody. Yeah, we did it, everybody. So I guess I'll see everybody very, very, very soon for Golden Age. And so yeah, so I'm very interested in how that one sounds. Especially because I believe, if I remember correctly, that one came out like pretty soon after this one. If I remember correctly, let me check. Yeah, this came out like less than like 2 months after Carpet Bed came out, Golden Age. So okay, it's gonna be interesting to hear what that one's about. I know that one is like I think like around 30 minutes or so, and I know that Inbred's around the same length. So it will be interesting to hear, another project from Ethel Cain, 2 more. And so yeah, just thank you all again so much for watching and everybody's patience and getting this out. And the reactions will be very, very soon. And so yeah, so with that, I will see all of y'all later. Alrighty, bye everybody.